Saints have signed safety Tyrann Mathieu to a 2-year deal worth $13 million. In Major League Baseball, Red Sox are signing pitcher Brian Bayo to a 6-year deal.
If you're looking for a traditional banking experience with a banker who calls you by name, we invite you to get to know our friends at Bryant Bank. Bryant Bank customers enjoy online banking accessible around the clock to give you the freedom and flexibility to bank your way, all backed by people who you know and trust. Get to know your Bryant banker at one of the 4 locations right here in Tuscaloosa. Bryant Bank, equal housing lender, and of course, a member of the FDIC. You are locked in on the Stingray Show, and coming up on this edition, we are going to be interviewing a former Alabama player who played high school football right here in Tuscaloosa for Tuscaloosa County High. He is also now being a coach at Central High School. LaRon McClain will join us on this edition of the Stingray Show. Let's get things rocking and rolling.
Hi, this is Tim Brando with a reminder. Those of you on Tide 100.9, look out. You're about to feel the buzz of Stingray.
This is Stephen Ray, a.k.a. Stingray, coming to you live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I'm Heath Hopkins. I'm here in DeSoto County, Mississippi, right outside of Memphis, Tennessee. You know, Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you feel that responsibility to pay it forward and give some kid a chance coming up in the ranks, kind of like Tony did for you?
Why you think I'm talking to Stingray tonight?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
No, I mean, look, no.
Hey, Stingray, here's the deal. When you get involved with Texas, it's like getting married to a stripper. and let me explain this. It looks good. It's kind of sexy on the surface. Yeah. But then you get the baggage, you get the drama, you get all that eventually comes with it. And that's what you get with Texas, and that's what the Big 12 learned.
And Heath, any thoughts on our show moving forward?
Hey, to everyone in Tuscaloosa listening here on Tide 100.9. With the Stingray Show, if you don't like it, you better learn to love it, because it's the best show going today, baby. Woo!
Since 1999, residents of Tuscaloosa has depended on this butcher shop and grocery store. I'm talking about South's Finest Meats. With their specialty meats and fresh to frozen bulk vegetables, you can prepare delicious home-cooked meals all week long. At South's Finest Meats, customer service is their #1 priority, and when you shop with them, you can expect to be treated like an MVP. Go by and check out South's Finest Meats at 3201 10th Avenue right there in Tuscaloosa. South's Finest Meats, the official sponsor of the Stingray Show. And ladies and gentlemen, with all of that, we want to welcome you inside another edition of the Stingray Show, and we've actually got a very big show for you today, as we are going to be talking with a guy who played football right here in Northport, Alabama at Tuscaloosa County High. He is also a now coach at Central High School. We are going to be talking with LaRon McClain. Heath, do you remember LaRon at the University of Alabama?
Absolutely, I do. LaRon was a fullback. He was damaging. He would put his man on the ground. Yes. And that's what a fullback's job is. Put your man on the ground.
Okay, so in college, he played at the University of Alabama from 2003 to 2006. Then he was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in the 4th round of the NFL draft and played with the Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs, and Heath. Believe it or not, he played with the San Diego Chargers. Ladies and gentlemen, here is our guest this evening, first team All-Pro Bowl and 2-time Pro Bowler, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. LaRon McClain. LaRon, thank you so much for joining us, and how are you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm good this morning, man. How y'all doing this morning, man? God bless y'all, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
LaRon, I lived in San Diego briefly, and I always ask anybody that has any kind of San Diego connections, did you ever go down to Tijuana?
Always. I went like 3 times. We went like, me and my brothers and a few of my teammates, we went a few times just to go down and just to see. I just wanted to go just to see what was so close. So, I could do it all over again, man, I might be still in San Diego. San Diego was great, man.
It was. You know, all the people that we've had on and former Chargers, they said they told us not to go down there. We never went down there. And I was like, every spare second I had, I went to Tijuana. But
yeah.
We won't stay on Tijuana long, but I try to describe people what Tijuana's like. And I was like, imagine New Orleans in the French Quarter is like Disneyland clean compared to Tijuana.
Yeah.
Some streets are dirt. It's not gravel, it's dirt.
Dirt.
there's you know, I was like, there's everything that you could think of there in Tijuana. It's everywhere. And yet, you know, there's all these little fun shops and guys hustling you on the side.
Yeah, that's what it is. Too many hustlers down there. There's a lot of hustlers down. We ready to a lot of hustlers down there.
Right.
We had to go. Yeah, we had to go and turn around and get back. I'm like, there's too many hustlers down. They try to get everything from us.
Good stuff.
So, LeRon, I want to start off talking about your career here in Tuscaloosa, and you played football right here at Tuscaloosa County High. What is one of your fondest memories of playing high school football right there at Tuscaloosa County High?
I think one of the best memories I have playing at County High, man, is when we had to go up to you know, when I was in high school, Hoover was a big bad team. When I was in high school, Hoover was like beating everybody. It was number one. Rush Propst had everybody doing this thing. Rush Propst had Hoover all on, you know what I'm saying, TV doing their thing and all that. That was number one. Chad Jackson was the receiver, big time receiver, you know, and everything. But we went up there on a Friday night at the Hoover Met. They scheduled us for homecoming. And we went up there and beat them down at the Hoover Met. So that was one of my best memories, man. I scored the game-winning touchdown, like a 61-yarder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I woke up that morning. My mom woke me up that morning with breakfast, and I was on the front paper. You know what I'm saying? So it was a big upset in the city. It was a big upset in the state that year. You know what I'm saying? We went up there and beat Hoover like that. So that's one of my best memories from County High. You know what I'm saying? And then like a Parker game. I had a Parker game that I rushed for like broke a few records and did a few things. There's a lot of memories from high school, man. That's why I try to tell these boys right now that I'm coaching, like, man, enjoy this right now, man. Enjoy the time with your teammates, and ain't nothing like the locker room when you're in high school. Ain't nothing like high school ball, because it started to be business like after you leave high school, especially like college is now.
So, LeRon, right now you are coaching right there at Central. What is that like for you?
Oh, it's a blessing, man. A shout out to our head coach, DeMario Pittman, who called me and gave me an opportunity to come over there and help the guys change the program around. We had a great season our first season, you know what I'm saying, 5-5, you know what I'm saying, 500 a year, you know, turn the program around, got them going, man. We get started back tomorrow, back with our winter program, so I'm looking forward to that. Year two, trying to get in and try to change this thing around, man. We're trying to go for the region this year. A lot of stuff has changed. They reclassified a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hillcrest finally out the region and all that, so that's a great thing.
LeRon, what was your first year playing football? Did you play Pee Wee football? Was it junior?
Yeah, my first year, man. I'm originally from Fort Wayne, Indiana. My first year playing football when I was 6 for the Metropolitan Redskins in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So my first overall football experience was going to a Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson is from Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I'm from. So Rod Woodson threw a free football camp, and I finally got to, you know, watching football on TV. That was my first time getting football experience, was at this football camp. So fell in love with it then. But I always said, though, that's the reason why I throw free football camps down here in Tuscaloosa. I've been throwing since 2007 because of me having that experience when I went to Rod Woodson camp. So I just always wanted to give that experience back to my community. And I always throw a free camp for the kids, you know what I'm saying, feed them. I don't never charge them. I never charge for my camps. I don't care how many kids come. Try to take care of everybody.
Did you ever get a chance to thank Rod Woodson for that?
Oh yes. He couldn't even believe when I told him the story. Like when I told him the story. Seeing him at a game, tell him a story. Seeing him at a function that a Pro Bowl function. Seeing him at a Pro Bowl function and just tell him that story about how I was a little kid in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Man, my big brother had to walk me to the. He had to wake me up there. My mom had to make sure my big brother had to walk me to the camp. My big brother was mad because he had to go with me, but probably the best thing he ever did. I told her, it's so crazy. My brother's birthday was yesterday, and he's down here in Alabama now. And I was telling him, I said, man, I told him yesterday, man, appreciate you taking me to that camp, man, because it got me set up, got us set up straight right now.
When did you know you were good at football?
Oh man, it Let me see. I probably when I played for the Skyland Falcons, when I came down here to Alabama, came down to Alabama State, we moved to Delaware Jackson. There was the old Delaware Jackson. It was right up there by DCH, and a guy was coming through the neighborhood, man. The Skyland Falcons. He want to see everybody want to play football. Saw me out there playing rugby football, hot ball in the field, and finally got on the football field and started playing like organized ball and was dominating, just dominating at the defensive end. Everybody can give it. I said, I'm pretty good at this. I've been pretty good at this. So I just took it so serious. I just knew that game. I just knew the game can change my life, man. You know, so I just really just took it serious, man. And like I'm walking testimony right now.
So, LaRon, hold that thought because we are up against our first break. And when we come back, we are going to dive much further into your career at the University of Alabama. That's on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Stingray Show. We will be back in a flash with LaRondo McClain. Citizens of West Alabama, have you heard the news? The Bank of Moundville, which was established way back in 1907, offers personal loans of all sizes, unsecured and secured, with competitive interest rates. You can contact them today at 205-371-2227. Once again, that is the Bank of Moundville, 205-371-2227, or go by and see them in downtown Moundville. They are an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Do you guys like to fish? I know I do, and if you have a pond or lake in your backyard that needs stocking of fish, you need to contact biologist Jeff Bagwell with Honey Hole Fisheries. He can help you stock your lake with bluegill, largemouth bass, and hybrid striped bass. You can get in touch with Jeff Bagwell and Honey Hole Fisheries at 205-799-0192. Once again, that is Honey Hole Fisheries, 205-799-0192. Contact Mr. Jeff Bagwell today and let him help you build the lake of your dreams. Do you guys dream about owning a home or a condominium down on the beautiful beaches of Alabama, say Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, or maybe even Fairhope? Then let me tell you about First Class Real Estate South Home Group's owner, Celeste Hagler. She has brokers down there in the beautiful beaches of Alabama to help you purchase the home of your dreams and to live where you love in the state of Alabama. You can contact Celeste Hagler at 205-861-5698. Contact Celeste Hagler today to help you live where you love in the state of Alabama.
Tide 100.9 Traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Watch for an accident on 37th Street East at Greensboro Avenue. And we have some slowing on eastbound Highway 82 from Airport Road to Jack Warner Parkway. It's a 4-minute.
With Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Where the season never ends. This is your home of Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Welcome back inside the Stingray Show. Hope all is well with you guys. And we are about to continue with our very special guest, LaRon McClain, the former Alabama fullback. And LaRon, before the break, we were talking about your high school days. Besides Alabama, who all was recruiting you, and why did you ultimately choose to play at the University of Alabama?
Well, I had a ton of schools. Tennessee, LSU, Ohio State was a big one. But my team, it really came down to Alabama and Mississippi State. It was when Jackie Sherrill was at Mississippi State his last year. I remember I had the last meeting with them. They came to my house. I remember one week it was crazy. Like every night it was about like 5 straight nights we had coaching, so my mom was cooking like every night. It was like a great experience, really a great experience like my mom got to go through. It was when my stepfather was alive. May he rest in power. He really like orchestrated the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, coming in. But it ultimately came down to, just being at home, being close to home, my mom getting to see me play. You know what I'm saying? Being a homebody, you know what I'm saying, going in. It worked out for me. Good thing that, you know, I don't know how it would have turned out if Mike Price would have stayed the coach, but it turned out great when, you know, Mike Price got fired, then Mike Shula came in, and that offense just took me to a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying, with that pro-style offense. So that pro-style, people, I be trying to tell people that offense that came in with Mike Shula really helped me in the NFL. It really got me drafted in the 4th round when I went into the NFL meetings because I knew everything. Wow. Now I said that was thankful to Mike Shula. Like I went into one meeting and it was with it's so crazy. I went into one meeting with the Miami Dolphins. It was Cam Cameron was the offensive coordinator, and like he started throwing plays up. I like, Coach, I said, Coach, just test me real quick. Just let me see the marker and just give me a few plays and see. And he just started calling out the offense. I'm like, oh yeah, I know the motion, know everything. He was like, oh, that's good. So Miami was a team that was gonna draft get me too, but man, that was a great experience, man. Picking Alabama was probably the best decision I probably ever made, man. It was a great time.
Lauren, I wanted to ask you, when you were going through the recruiting process and your mom was cooking all those meals, was she cooking the same thing every night or was she cooking something different? Because Houston Nutt came on the show and I asked him, I said, you know, I heard Philip Fulmer one time say he had to eat a lot of meatloaf on the recruiting trail in his days. I said,
my mom tried to switch. I remember. I think like on a Monday and Friday she had the same thing. But other than my mama, she always tried to switch it up, try to have something different. You know, so I remember Jackie Sheridan. The best meal she probably cooked was when Jackie Sheridan came because they stayed after so long. I ain't nothing like that experience right there was crazy. Like we was all in the living room. Like chilling. That's why I said I thought I was going to Mississippi State, man. I thought that was a good thing, but I took that last visit to Alabama with all the guys, man, and it was just like I said, man, I got to come to school with these guys, man. Like it's too much. McAdale, Tim Castile, man. Our official visit to Alabama, man, was amazing, man. It was off the chain. I try to tell people people talk about, you know what I'm saying, they try to talk about the Shula years was the down years, but if they had the experience like us just inside playing ball for Shula was great. You know, I know we had some rough years, man, you know what I'm saying, but we did our thing though, man. Like set the foundation up for a lot of guys.
You know, you mentioned Jackie Sherrill. You know, Coach Sherrill played for Bear Bryant, played fullback and also linebacker there for Bear at University of Alabama. But I heard Major Applewhite say when Sherrill came to recruit him, he had never seen anyone so nicely dressed. Do you remember what Sherrill was wearing when he came in? Did he dress everybody?
He was so clean. I'm talking about he probably had like a 3-piece suit on with a trench coat, like just clean cut, like everything was like sharp. Like I remember my mom even saying it, like, "Oh man, I like your suit." Even my stepfather, like that was one of I try to tell people like that was one of my best visits. Like when they came to the house, everybody else was good, but just like Jackie Sherrill was just like an old school uncle or something in there, man. Like it was so great. It was so great, man. Had all the office coordinator, the running back coach there too. So it was just just going through, just having my mom and having, you know what I'm saying, my stepfather, them going through that experience, you know what I'm saying, and going on visits. And like my stepfather got to go to Mississippi State. Like he enjoyed it so much. Like that was his only visit that he got to go on me with. So like he took me to Mississippi State. That was a great experience. That's why I said Mississippi State was one of my best visits and the visit from Coach them. So that's why I said it was close, man. But glad I went on with the Crystal Tide. I probably down there playing with my guy Titus Brown from Hillcrest.
Oh yeah.
So, LaRon, your first game action came in 2003 while at Alabama against Kentucky. What was that like for you, taking the field for the first time in an Alabama uniform?
Oh, that was amazing, man. That was my first start against Kentucky, man. I had a good game that game also. Caught a few passes, had a few runs. You know, it's just a great experience. Mine was just being that local kid from County High, not playing at the Alabama game, playing for the University of Alabama, a team that I used to hear when I was staying in Delaware Jackson. I used to hear the crowd cheers and everything from the basketball court, you know what I'm saying, in our neighborhood. So it was just that experience, man, put on that 33, going out there balling, man. I had a great game. I got turf toe that game, you know what I'm saying, but it was still a great experience.
LaRon, looking back, When did you have the most fun playing football? Was it back in Indiana? Was it in high school? Was it high school? Was it in the NFL? What do you remember the most of having the most fun playing football?
Man, the league, I'll say the NFL was fun, you know what I'm saying? But I always tell people this, it's nothing like our class. I just feel like that 2003 class that came in with Shula that first year, like we was just so like special. I enjoyed college, man. I'm not going to tell you, like them 03, 04, 05, especially 05 when we was making that run that we did, got all the way to the combo and won it, beating Texas Tech. Then even our senior year, you know what I'm saying, finishing out the way we did, you know what I'm saying, at the Independence Bowl. No, we lost, but just that experience we went through so much, you know what I'm saying, in them 4 years. But I had so much fun, you know what I'm saying, in college, like experience in college. Like that what people didn't understand. It felt like I'm a local kid. I'm from Northport, but when I was at the University of Alabama, I felt like I was in a whole nother city. You know what I'm saying? Just with the guys that I came in with, we still, all the guys in the 2003 class, we still close. We getting up this 8-day weekend, like Arrow, like we trying to have a reunion this 8-day weekend, you know what I'm saying, trying to get everybody together. So that's that. My funnest time, man, was at Alabama, man. I had a great time at Alabama. I just love walking to when we was in Rose Towers. You know, ain't no more Rose Towers. No, they tore that down. So Rose Tower, when Patey Hall was Patey Hall, man, you know what I'm saying? So college was amazing. I try to tell these guys now that I'm coaching, like, man, go to college. No matter what college you go to the college that wants you also. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that too. You got to do. I'm glad it worked out for me at Alabama. But if I had to do it again, like now in this day and age, like if a spread offense was like at Alabama and Jackie Sheridan was running that fullback, I probably would have picked Mississippi State like over. That would have been a fonder, you know what I'm saying, choice for me. But look, it worked out for me because I probably would have been like a night screen tailback on the Price offense. For real.
So, LaRon, I do want to ask you before we go to break, and I'm stealing this from Heath. LaRon, what was your welcome to the SEC moment, my friend?
Oh, man. Let me see. Welcome to SEC moment. It probably is. Oh, yes. Okay. I know exactly what it was. We played Ole Miss. My freshman year. We played Ole Miss on the Eli Manning. We played them in the early game. Jefferson. Do y'all remember the Jefferson Pilot games coming on at 11 o'clock?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No game right there. So that game came on like 11 o'clock, and I'm on kickoff. One time and getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, block on kickoff. A guy came down. I didn't even see him and like smoked me. And it's so crazy that I'm coming off the field. I didn't think nobody seen it, but my coach seen it. And he came over to me. He came over and said, LaRon, are you okay? I said, no, sir. He said, I told you got to have your head on the swivel. That's all he told me. Dude rocked me, man. I'm talking about I ain't never got hit so hard. Like lost breath, man, lost conscious a little bit. When I ain't think nobody seen it. That's how I tried to like sneak off the field. That's how crazy it was. Like in that open field right there, I'm trying to sneak off the field with all the fans around and everybody. I'm thinking did nobody see me. My coach came right up to me and said, told you got to have your head on the swivel. I said, Coach, I'm not okay right now.
So, LaRon, hold that thought because we're up against another break. And when we come back, we are going to dive further into the 2003 and 2004 season. That's on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Stingray Show. We will be right back. Strange Brew Coffee House continues to roll out brand new drinks, including the Yosemite, which is white chocolate and roasted marshmallow. Doesn't that sound amazing? You can find Strange Brew at 1101 University Boulevard, right there on the strip at the University of Alabama campus. And hey, did you know that you can get Strange Brew delivered to your door? Check out StrangeBrewCoffeehouse.com for all the Strange Brew's bags of coffee, K-cups, mugs, shirts, and a whole lot more right there at StrangeBrewCoffeehouse.com. Are you guys in the mood for community goods and great barbecue? That's what you'll find at the Coker Market, located in Coker, Alabama at the four-way intersection off of County Road 140. Their hours of operation are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. until 7 p.m., and their menu items include the Midnight, which is smoked ham, smoked pork, Swiss cheese, Creole mustard, mayonnaise, and a pickle, grilled on French bread. That sandwich is absolutely amazing. Make sure you go and check out the Coker Market right there at the four-way intersection in Coker for amazing food and community goods. Your life can change on a dime, and if you are relocating for your job up to the Rocket City of Huntsville, the fastest growing city in the state of Alabama, you need to contact Celeste Hagler of First Class Real Estate South Home Group. She has brokers all over North Alabama to help you get settled with buying a new home in North Alabama. You can contact her at 205-861-5698. Once again, that is Celeste Hagler.
Your best bet for big wins is just minutes away at Birmingham Racecourse Casino, where you can be a winner too. Off I-459, exit 31 Derby Parkway.
Your home for Alabama Crimson Tide football. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Are you guys in the mood for community goods and great barbecue? That's what you'll find at the Coker Market, located in Coker, Alabama at the four-way intersection off of County Road 140. Their hours of operation are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. until 7 p.m., and their menu items include the Midnight, which is smoked ham, smoked pork, Swiss cheese, Creole mustard, mayonnaise, and a pickle, grilled on French bread. That sandwich is absolutely amazing. Make sure you go and check out the Coker Market right there at the four-way intersection in Coker for amazing food and community goods. Welcome back inside the Stingray Show this evening. Our guest is LaRon McClain, the former Alabama fullback from 2003 to 2006 here at the University of Alabama. And before the break, we were talking about your first action there in 2003. And LaRon, I wanted to ask you, later that season in 2003, you got the opportunity to go with the team as they traveled out to Hawaii for the final game of the season. What was that trip to Hawaii like for you, and especially doing that in your first season with the Crimson Tide?
Man, it was amazing. Like, people don't understand. My first time getting on a plane was my freshman year when we went to Ole Miss. That same game that I got, the same game I was talking about on the last segment when I got knocked out. Yeah. So that was my first time flying. So going to Hawaii was a crazy experience. The only thing that was bad about Hawaii that we experienced over there, and people don't even know this, it was Thanksgiving. Like, Thanksgiving was terrible. Like, we tried to get up on Thanksgiving. They tried their best to make us Thanksgiving food, but it was like that. It was like that box stuffing and like all that. We was like, oh man. So, but overall, that experience in Hawaii, and that's one of the things that people don't understand. That our 2003 class that came in, and with our older guys like Roman Harper, D'Amico Ryans, and all them was over there with it, Brody Croy, all them guys over there with us. So we had an amazing time in Hawaii. Like, people, I know we lost the game. People don't understand. I know we lost the game, but that experience, like, for them to do that for us, and no, we wasn't. That's why I said we went through so much stuff. People don't understand. Like, we went through so much stuff in 2003 because we were still on probation. So yeah, so we had to go to Hawaii for like, that's really our bowl game. And man, I know we lost, but that was a great experience, man, for us, man. Then, like, on the last 2 days, we found the McDonald's. So that was like, everybody, we was hitting McDonald's all the time. Like, before we got on the bus to go to the play, like three of us ran to McDonald's, got some of the double cheeseburgers. Everybody was eating them on the bus coming back. Because that was the best. That's probably the best meal we had since we've been over there. Because we was like, it was different. It was different for us. Like, that was our first time experiencing. Like, I know for me, because I'm from Delaware Jackson, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I ain't never been, to Hawaii before. So right. The food was different and everything. But that experience, like, set me up, like, and what people don't understand, like, set me up for a lot, just trying new things, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Especially in college. So, like, that's why I said, when we went to Hawaii, I was like, man, we got to get to a bowl game. It don't matter what bowl game it is, bro. Let's get these 6 wins and try to get to a bowl game.
Ron, I want to ask you, who is the best player you ever played with or against?
I think the best player I played with, the best player, people don't understand this, and I was saying this the other night, and I'm so proud of my guy. D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah.
That was one of the best, like, if people want to understand, one of the best model teammates you could go after, the way that he worked. But not the way, like, me, everybody know Miko was a great football player, you know what I'm saying, great, you know what I'm saying, leader on the football field, but off the field, though. Like, he was one of the smartest guys on our team, man. Like, smartest academic guys on our team. Like, he was up for the academic Heisman his senior year, the combo year, when he won the defensive player of the year, like, all that. Like, D'Amico was one of my best teammates. Like, that one of the best teammates I've probably been around. And then just seeing him, I can, like, everything that he's doing right now, I'm not surprised. I'm like, man, that's Miko. Like, that's D'Amico Ryans, man. Like anytime, like, when he had that defense going, then when he took over Houston, I was like, Miko gonna be straight, man. He a leader, man. He know how to, you know what I'm saying? He know what he's doing. So I like D'Amico Ryans, one of my favorite teammates. But in the NFL, if anybody all time, like in 2008, when I got to play with Lorenzo Neal, oh my God, I was like a little kid in there. Like when he came in, when they brought in Lorenzo Neal, and I got to learn and study under him. And then that year, the way that we ran the ball, he was blocking for me. I was at running back. The way that we did all that, like Lorenzo Neal was like in the NFL, that was my guy. That's still my guy to this day. I got to check in with him at least like every other week just to keep me grounded.
Hey, who was your favorite coach? And like I said, it could be Pee Wee, it could be the NFL, or anything in between. Who was your favorite coach? All right,
so it's so crazy. Like with head coaching wise, I'll say head coaching wise, Coach Higginbotham was a great big impact on me. I remember Coach Higginbotham took care of me, man. I remember one time somebody had to go. I think after my 10th grade year, I think he knew it. After my 10th grade year, I had to go to summer school. Messed up in one class. I told him, I said, Coach, I can't pay. My mom can't pay for it. So I just worked it off. I worked it off at his house that summer, man. He let me work on some yard work that summer. Just let me work it off. You know what I'm saying? Not just give it to me, work it off. So that was a good learning. That was like a father like experience for me right there when he took me through that. He said, I'm not gonna give it to you, we gonna work for it. So that always in the back of my head. And that's even a way that, you know, because I grew up without a father. So that's even a way that I instill in my son too. You know what I'm saying? When he wants something, like, you know what I'm saying, we gonna work for it, we gonna do our thing. Coach Higginbotham made a huge impact on me. But a great coach I had in the NFL, John Harbaugh, a guy that people don't understand, man, about how he is like cause like he's not an XO guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not like that for real. He's not an XO guy for real. Like he was a special team coach that like you know what I'm saying, that went after the job and he got it, and like he changed the whole, you know what I'm saying, organization around the way that he's doing it. But he's just a leader of man. Like just being around him, I remember when he came in, he challenged me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I always try to go, you know what I'm saying, against it. But when I finally like just start loving the process and understanding that these men here to help me, it's probably one of the best experiences. Like I got one of the best experiences with Harbaugh right now. So I'm going up this weekend to the playoff game. Take my son to the playoff game. So hopefully they do some things this year. Hopefully they do some things.
Right. So, LaRon, going back to your time at Alabama, in 2004, you guys went 6-6 and a trip to the Music City Bowl. What do you remember most about that 2004 season at Alabama?
Oh man, it was a great season, man. I came in, started, you know what I'm saying, starting that year a little bit. We started doing our thing. You know what I'm saying, a little bit in that 04 season. Start, you know what I'm saying, wiggling a little bit. We got to the Music City Bowl. You know what I'm saying, we got to play Minnesota. Man, that was Minnesota. That was people don't understand. Like I know we played Minnesota, but we played against Marion Barber and Lawrence Maroney. That's when they had that Big Ten, big lineman. They was going two tights, you know what I'm saying, one back, and they was running that ball. They ran that ball on us that game. But that experience going up to Nashville and staying in the Opryland Hotel, y'all ever been there?
I have been there. I've never stayed there.
Oh my God. That's why I said, like, in college, like, I experienced, like, we went to that, that's the hotel we stayed in. Like, both of the teams stayed in that hotel. One was on one side, the other one's on the other side. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe it's a hotel like this ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just experienced, like I said, I experienced a lot. You know, like in college, but going to that game, and I know we lost that one, man, but having that experience, like, set us up. Like, it set us up. We knew going into that 05 season, that we gonna have an opportunity. Like we knew after that Music City Bowl and us coming back home and like everything evaluated, we getting the winter workouts and everything, mat drills. We were like, man, we're gonna have an opportunity next year, like to make some noise. We're gonna surprise some people next year. So and that 05 season, like we did a little bit.
You know, looking back at all your experiences in football, the trip to Hawaii, getting to stay in the Gaylord Hotel there in Nashville, doing all that fun stuff. What's one of the things that just really stands out, or something that you just really kind of cherish looking back at that you were glad to experience?
Man, the best experience I had, boss, and y'all, and I take pride in this. And when my kids come down here, man, my son loves it. He always go down there. My daughter, her mother, like when I got to put my footprints and handprints in the Denny Chimes down there for 8A, but for being named the 2006 offensive captain. You know what I'm saying? Being voted on that by, you know what I'm saying, my peers. It was at that bowl game, and like we about to it was so crazy. I remember like yesterday was like the coach said we about to vote for the offensive captain. And Antoine Caldwell stood up and said, "Hey, coach, we ain't even got to vote." He said, "Coach," and I'm probably speaking for everybody in here, offense and defense. He said, "We ain't got to vote for our offensive captain. We already know who that is." And he's like LeBron McClain, and everybody stood up and started clapping. I was like, "Hold up." Hold up, me. I was like, "Hold up, man. I ain't never, I ain't really touched the ball." I would have thought it would have been, you know what I'm saying, like when I like Ken Darby or something like that. They were like, "No, LeBron, you the offensive captain." So being down there to put my footprint, me and Jawan Simpson being able to going down there experience that with him, because we was a defensive offensive captain in 2006, man, putting our footprints and handprints down there. That's unbelievable, bro. I'm down there for life, man. Like, my kids will get to see that. My kids will get to see that, you know, down there with the greats, like, you know what I'm saying, Joe Namath, Johnny Musso, down there with D'Amico, Freddie Roach, all them guys, Brody Crowell, all them guys down there that I played with. So that's the experience. Then down there with the new guys, because it's like a whole, like, from 2006 is a whole new wave with Bryce and them over there, Will Anderson, and, you know what I'm saying, Mark Ingram, all them guys on the Antoine Caldwell. So it's like it's a whole bunch, man. Just being down there with them guys and that grace, that's just like, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
So, LeBron, hold that thought, because we are up against our final break, and when we come back, we are going to dive into that magical season of 2005. That's on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Stingray Show. We will be right back.
Go inside the Alabama Crimson Tide with the Gary Harris Show.
Hey, everybody, it's Gary Harris. Friday, of course, the TGIF edition of the Gary Harris Show at 9 a.m. Always fun. We'll get you ready for the weekend with that great weekend music. Plus, Adam Amin from Fox Sports, the Auburn Report with Brett Pritchard, Alabama football as we get ready to wrap up the first week of spring practice before taking off for spring break. All that, plus your phone calls. The Gary Harris Show, Friday morning at 9 a.m.
Catch the Gary Harris Show Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. on Tide 100.9 and Tide100.9.com.
If you're looking for a traditional banking experience with a banker who calls you by name, we invite you to get to know our friends at Bryant Bank. Bryant Bank customers enjoy online banking accessible around the clock to give you the freedom and flexibility to bank your way, all backed by people who you know and trust. Get to know your Bryant banker at one of the 4 locations right here in Tuscaloosa. Bryant Bank, equal housing lender, and of course, a member of the FDIC. Since 1999, residents of Tuscaloosa has depended on this butcher shop and grocery store. I'm talking about South's Finest Meats. With their specialty meats and fresh to frozen bulk vegetables, you can prepare delicious home-cooked meals all week long. At South's Finest Meats, customer service is their #1 priority, and when you shop with them, you can expect to be treated like an MVP. Go by and check out South's Finest Meats at 3201 10th Avenue right there in Tuscaloosa. South's Finest Meats, the official sponsor of the Stingray Show. Residents of Tuscaloosa, are you guys upsizing, downsizing, looking for college housing, or even relocating for your job right here to Tuscaloosa? If that's the case, then you need to contact Celeste Hagler, owner and operator of First Class Real Estate South Home Group. She can help you with the buying, selling, and investment needs throughout the state of Alabama. You can contact Celeste at 205-861-5698. Reach out to Celeste again at 205-861-5698 and schedule a consultation consultation to discuss your real estate goals and to live where you love in the state of Alabama.
Tide 100.9 Traffic.
Tuscaloosa, traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Watch for some congestion. North on Highway 69 from 15th Street to Mid-Larry Road. It's a 6-minute delay. Also about a 1-minute delay on Highway 82 between Jack Warren.
Allstate.
Prices are falling at Townsend Nissan. Don't wait. Rates as low as 0%. Townsend Nissan, Tuscaloosa.
Need to know what's going on with the Crimson Tide? Then subscribe to our YouTube channel for exclusive content on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
It is Girl Scout cookie time, and if you guys like Girl Scout cookies, Strange Brew Coffee House now offers Girl Scout cookie frappes at all locations, including Samoa, Thin Mint, and Tagalong. Delicious frappes are made with real Girl Scout cookies. Strange Brew Coffee House can be found at the University of Alabama campus, also up in Tupelo, Mississippi, if you are heading up there to Tupelo, or their home location over in Starkville, Mississippi. Go by and get a delicious Girl Scout cookie frappe today at one of the Strange Brew Coffee House locations. Welcome back inside of our final segment right here on the Stingray Show. Our guest this evening is LaRon McClain, the former Alabama fullback from 2003 to 2006. And LaRon, let's go on ahead and talk about that amazing 2005 season that you guys went 10-2. To start off that season, your former teammate Tyrone Prothro made that unbelievable catch over the Southern Miss defender. Were you on the field during that play? And walk us through that play, what you were thinking as you saw it happen.
Oh man, when people don't even know that season right there, that's the season Tyrone Prothro probably would have won the Heisman if he didn't get hurt, man. He probably would have declared for the league. That probably been our first guy to probably declare like early and went to the NFL, did his thing. But that play against Southern Miss was like crazy, man. Like really, we got in that huddle. We got in the huddle. It was a third down play, so I went in, but I'm in the huddle. We going over the play, and like he was just saying, like just give Tyrone a chance on the play. So I swear that's all he said in the huddle. Give him a chance on the play. It was 9.99 H balloon. Tyrone ran the seam, brought it through the pass, and Tyrone made one of the best catches I've ever seen in my life. I told Tyrone, I said, man, it's a good thing you didn't score, boss, because on the next play, I scored on the next play on a flat play. On a fire pass play. So they gave me the touchdown. I was like, bro, I appreciate it. They called it a touchdown at first. They called it a touchdown at first, then they had to bring it back to the 1 yard line. The coach called a pass to me. So brought it through me the touchdown pass on the next play. So I always remember that play because I scored on the next. I always tell Tyrone, I was like, bro, I appreciate it. It was one of the best catches, bro, in the world, man. Set us up on the 1 yard line, man. Got me a touchdown. Like, I appreciate you, man. That was unbelievable. That game right there for Zoman, because the game was going crazy. Like, we threw a pick six. I think Brody threw a pick six in that game. We was behind. Like, it was crazy, man. But just going into that season, man, we knew we had something special, man. We knew we had something special, especially with Prothro.
When's the last time you talked to Tyrone?
Oh man, I talked to Tyrone about 2 weeks ago. You know, he coaching high school ball too at Jasper High School. So yeah, we in the mix. We're in the mix with this high school now. So I'm just rubbing shoulders with my guys, and we just be talking about that recruiting trail too. Just talking to guys that we played ball with in college. That's on college staff now that we trying to get our high school guys on. You know what I'm saying? So just like a pipeline, like trying to you know what I'm saying, working our relationships that we have, like building our guys. So there's a lot of guys that we played with. You know what I'm saying, coaching them.
Mm-hmm.
So, LaRon, later that season in 2005, unfortunately, you guys lost Prothro during the Florida game. After that, how much anxiety and pressure did that Alabama team feel knowing that your biggest weapon had just gone down?
Oh man, it was, people don't understand. It was when Proto went down, we went through a little rough patch. We really couldn't find our groove probably until I think that like the Arkansas game when we start finding our groove again. But Proto was a big, you know what I'm saying, asset to our offense. Like we used them a lot. I remember when we started using them in the South Carolina game at running back, at the quarterback position, put him at receiver. Like he was like that dynamic. People didn't understand. Like he was like that dynamic. So losing him, man, was so huge. That's what people didn't understand. And we don't lose. I promise you, we don't lose Proto. Like we going to the national championship that year. We're gonna beat LSU. We're gonna beat LSU that year. We're gonna beat Auburn that year. You know what I'm saying? Just dropping them last two games, like, you know what I'm saying, hurt us up. But people gotta understand, man, losing Proto was huge. It was huge, man. He was such a big threat for us. He touched the ball mostly everybody. We got to get the ball in Proto hands. No matter what. That Florida game, he went. That Florida game, he went berserk. Stat lines, like he went berserk. He had a kickoff return. I'm talking about first play of the game, 80-yarder. I'm talking about another touchdown. Like he was just going crazy. But we knew it though, man. I hate that happened to him. But we still had a chance, though. You know what I'm saying, going through that year, though.
Let's go to your final season at Alabama. And unfortunately, it ended with Coach Mike Sheila getting fired. In your opinion, what ultimately led to Coach Sheila being let go here at Alabama?
Oh, man, I hate that for my guy. Because, like, we didn't even know he got fired. I mean, we was coming in the workouts, and we were like, oh, man, the news people told us. And like, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was just like, man, we was I'm gonna just be 100. We was 0-4 against LSU, and we was 0-4 against Auburn. You cannot lose to Auburn. That was the thing, man. Like we was doing good recruiting. He giving recruiting in here. We that Andre Smith. That's why I said people like he got some glue like little pieces like with the recruiting like to come like down here. We just couldn't get over that. We just couldn't get over that curve, though, you know what I'm saying, with everything. And I feel like, this is why I feel like it just needed to be, and we said it too, we said probably need to be a little bit more discipline on us or, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But we was pretty much sound, you know what I'm saying, and we just couldn't get over, we just could not get over the hump. And when they fired him, I was like, I said, it got to be the Auburn thing. Because, like, people got to understand, I was 0-4 against LSU. I never beat Auburn. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say every time that game come up and we beat them, like, I be wanting to beat them like a drum. Like, I can't stand Auburn. Like, I hate that. I be telling people, like, I don't like Auburn, man. Like I never beat them. LSU, I never beat them. You know what I'm saying? So that was the key thing probably to get them going. The way that they did, I wish he would. This the only thing I wish Shula would have did, talk to us before he left. Because he just, like, you know, the next time we seen Shula, it was after we lost against Auburn. And the next time I seen Shula was at the Combine. Right. He was the quarterback. He was the quarterback coach for the team. So I'm walking through the hotel and I see Shula. I'm like, Shula, what's going on? He said, what's going on, Lauren? That's the first time I talked to Shula since he got fired. And like I think we had dinner that night. Me and him had dinner that night. We talked and everything. But he broke it down to me like they hurt my guy. They hurt my guy the way that they let him go though. Right. You know what I'm saying? And like he did, he was a great coach. I promise, he was a great coach for us, great leader for us, man. We just couldn't get over the hump, man. But I think he was so mad. He was so mad the way that they let him go, though, man. But you know, it changed. Like the good thing. This is the good thing I be trying to tell people. Thank you, Rich Rodriguez, for turning that thing down. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. So I mean, we was in the locker room when they said, "Oh, it ain't gonna be Rich Rodriguez." I was like, "Oh man." I was just about to go to Orlando and start training for the NFL. They said, it ain't going to be Rich. I remember I was down to train for the NFL. I see Saban getting off the plane. I said, uh-oh.
Right.
What we got here? And like, man, years later, you see what we got.
So, LeRon, look, man, thank you so much for this awesome interview. And if you would, please let everybody here in Tuscaloosa know where they can follow you and keep up with you on social media.
Okay, man, I'm on IG, LeRon, you know, LERON_McClain, MCCLAIN33 on IG, LeRon McClain on Facebook, man. You can follow us this year, man. I'm over at Central High School. Follow us. We're going to have a good season this year. You know, we kick off August 23rd versus my old alma mater, County High, up at County High. So that's going to be a good one, man. So just look out from that, man. And then, man, I'm just look out for me, stuff with my foundation, LaRon McClain Family Foundation, doing some stuff in Tuscaloosa in the Northport area. So, but that's about it, man. Just hanging out, man. Being a low-key fan now for these Roll Tide, trying to see what we do now with this new era coming in here.
LaRon, the pleasure was all ours. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Man, thank y'all so much for having me on, man. Anytime y'all want to have me on again, man, let's do it. I love this.
Yes, sir. We do it again.
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Take care, LaRon.
So, Heath, that is going to wrap up another edition of the Stingray Show. We hope that you guys thoroughly enjoyed it there with LaRon McClain. And before we go, Heath, I do want to mention this. We have gone over an hour with LaRon, so we can't put all of that on the radio because of time constraints. So some of this will have to be put on the podcast form. We will save the best that we can for radio, but there will be more that we can add on radio due to time constraints. They are on the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast is always better than the show because there's so many great stuff. And sometimes we keep it mostly family friendly, always. Yes. But sometimes our guest might say something that we can't put on the radio. Yeah. And that always makes the podcast. So, yeah, if you haven't checked out the podcast yet, do that, subscribe to it, and it's so much better.
And it's the Stingray Show on Spotify and Apple Podcast. So, Heath, that is going to wrap up, like I said, another edition. And, Heath, let's go on ahead and do it together, my friend.
We are
out. Hope you enjoyed it with former Alabama fullback LaRon